Okay. Hello, everyone. Hopefully we are all live on YouTube now. Everything should hopefully be okay. Welcome to Pop-Up Painting Live. Hopefully you may have been with us before or you might not have. It's lovely to see you either way. I am Laura. I'm going to be taking you through the logistics before we start. And we've got Annie over here. She is our artist today, who is going to be taking you through the famous Tree of Life by Klimt. Ah, there it is. Here's one she prepared earlier.
I did.
So, I forgot you were unmuted. That made me jump for a second. First thing to say is we are not a serious art class, so don't panic about taking this seriously. We are all about unleashing creativity, paintbrush in one hand, wine glass in the other. Has everyone got a wine glass? Don't worry if you don't. I've also got a cup of tea or water, whatever you're drinking. What are you drinking tonight, Annie?
Oh, I got it wrong before. It's actually not summer fruit. It's strawberry and lime.
Ooh, a strawberry and lime
but
wine.
I put lemonade in it, so
fair enough.
Lemonade.
It's strawberry and wine spritzer. Well, whatever you've got. Remember, if you are on the wine, the more you drink, the better it looks. That's one of our favorite phrases. But if you've got a cup of tea, not a problem at all. So normally we would take art out of the classroom and into the places that you go on an everyday basis. So a bar, a restaurant, a pub, but for obvious reasons, we cannot do that. So right now we are coming straight into your living rooms, you lucky things, live from our living room to yours, or the kitchen, or the garden, or balcony, wherever you may be, if you're still enjoying that.
Hopefully not in the bathroom.
I mean, I'm not one to judge. Great acoustics, not really helpful for this. Talking of which, we do have a mini playlist. If you pop onto our website, popuppainting.com/live, you should be able to find also the picture. So if you would like to have your own version of it, you can look up close at the photo as we go. Annie has got her little one there to show you, and she will of course be painting. There it is. But if you'd like one on your own screen, pop onto the website. You can also find on there an art kit, obviously not for right now, it won't turn up that quickly, but we do have a little starter kit on there. We've teamed up with our suppliers so that you can get everything you need to join in with these lives and do your own at home as well. So, oh yeah, Spotify, I started and I carried on. If you've got Spotify, just have a look up Pop-Up Painting. We've got some mini versions of our playlists. We'd love to theme our events, so you can blare those out at home. Or if you've decided to theme your evening with something different, you've got your own playlist going on, we would absolutely love to hear what you've got going on at home. So how this is going to work, we are going to be about an hour or under. It's a little taster session for you, so we can move quite quickly. If at any point you feel like it's going too fast, the magic of YouTube Live, you can in fact pause us and make us stop talking. So feel free to do that, or even if you just decide you want another cup of tea or you need to top up your wine halfway through, feel free to pause. But this video will also be available on YouTube for the foreseeable future. So if you want to challenge yourself and paint along in real time, if you get to the end and think, I don't know what I'm doing, panic. Do not panic, never panic. It will be on YouTube for you. All right. Oh, and one last thing I should say before I hand you over to Annie, we love to see what you create. Feel free to go completely rogue. If you decide that you don't want to do exactly what Annie's doing, you could follow along for a bit and then go completely off piste, not a problem. But if you would share them on your social medias later, Facebook and Instagram, we are at Pop-Up Painting. We would love to see and love to share. And I think that is everything I need to say before I hand you over to our wonderful artist, Annie, who may be in that direction.
Say all that again. Do you want to pass me a colour, Laura?
I don't even know where mine are. I can give you wine, which is will magically change colour.
Yeah, somehow.
It will probably be coming out of the wrong way. Maybe I should go the other way.
Maybe, and then I go that way.
We'll work on that. We've not quite got the anti-deck thing down yet. We've got time. All right, I'm gonna disappear and leave you to it.
Lovely, thank you very much. Make sure you're muted. Good. Okay, so guys, we are doing Klimt's Tree of Life. I'm going to take you through the background first, and then we're going to be doing the details on top of that. So if you haven't got your paint squeezed out already, now's the time to do so. So I've got a red, a yellow, a white, and a blue. I'm not going to point to those colours because history has shown that I can't tell my colours when I start pointing to them. So get those squeezed out. I lost my small brush. Oh no, it's gone missing. Okay, found it. I've got these 3 brushes, a big one, a medium and small one. If you don't have these sizes, it doesn't matter. Just grab anything you have. So background, yellow. Splotch the yellow all over your canvas. So the background is going completely yellow first. We are taking the yellow straight from the palette and onto the canvas. We want to make sure that the paint is quite thin and is watery so that it will dry really quickly. It's really important that you don't splodge a lot of thick gloopy paint onto your background, because the tree will need to go over this and we don't want the yellow to be picked up. I'm going to try it and do this really, really quickly for the background so that I don't start rambling into nonsense, which probably will happen anyway.
We enjoy your rambling, Annie. Please do carry on.
Thank you. Okay,
It's highly entertaining.
What can I ramble about? Well, yellow, we're doing yellow. So I don't like yellow. Does anybody like yellow? A lot of yellow is used in a lot of fast food chains. Apparently, psychology suggests that it brings the appetite, the taste buds to life in people.
Well, this is very interesting news.
Which is why you know, McDonald's, that's yellow. A lot of, IKEA's got a yellow sign, although that's mainly furniture, not food, and you don't really.
Oh, but the meatballs are cracking.
Yeah, but they do feed in their stores, don't they? So
they do. You can have a pit stop midway and then a snack out on the end as well.
That's true. That's true. Although I've never done that. Have you?
No.
Is that a no but yes or a no but no?
A little bit. No, I may have done one or the other. Oh no, that's a lie. I did have food in the middle and then a donut at the end.
Okay.
I couldn't resist. But there we go. Pardon?
I mean, the way that they lay things out as well is quite clever, because you're trapped the minute you walk into the building. You have to literally walk all the way through the paths just to get to the other side.
Though I did discover there are a bunch of secret doors, and if you ask a staff member for something specifically, they will send you through a secret door.
That is true.
Yeah.
Again, it's quite...
If you want a secret adventure, find something that's nowhere near the beginning. Ask for it. Right, I'm going to disappear again now.
Yellow is obviously associated with being happy and creative, apparently. So, fun fact Annie day for you there. My background is done, and you might be pleased because that will probably leave time for it to dry a little bit before we mix up our tree onto the background. So that's done. Now we need to do the tricky part. How do we make a brown? Now, brown is one of those colours that is just really awful to make. So you feel like you're going to get it right and it just goes wrong. So first thing you need to decide is what type of brown do you need to make? Do you want a reddy brown? Do you want a yellow brown? Do you want a bluey brown? We're going for a kind of yellowy brown. So you can make brown in various ways, mash all the primary colours together, or you can make it by a secondary colour. Secondary colour, orange. So that's what we're going to do first. So we want a fair amount of this because, as you can see, there's a lot of brown, there's a lot of tree, there's a lot of branches, there's a lot of trunk going on down here. And we need all of this dried. Laura, stop it, you're naughty. We need all of this dried so that we can decorate it with a lot of fun, really original shapes that Klimt's got going on there. So that's going to be a lot of fun, but the least fun part now is making the brown. So yellow and then a red, and that's going to get orange like magic. And then you need to put in some blue. Now you need to just probably hope and pray with this because it's not going to go your way. Just accept that the fate of your brown is not going to be brown the minute you make it. I mean, Laura, how are you with making brown?
I always say that brown is one of those colours you can make really easily by accident, but never when you actually intend to.
Need it. That's a really good explanation.
Absolutely.
I've kind of got like this sort of pooey brown going on.
I always add a little bit of white to mine to make it slightly more golden.
That's a nice idea. I might do that, but I don't have enough of this brown. And my yellow is dripping.
Your drips, honestly. Always dripping this one.
So I'm going to try and mix that again somehow.
Oh.
Good enough.
The challenge is here. How is everyone getting on with their browns? If you're really struggling, you can pop a little comment. Let us know what you're struggling with. But it's a bit like you get too much of one colour and not enough of the other. You've got to work out which one balances out which.
Yeah, and I'm pretty convinced that even if these are in equal parts, you probably wouldn't even get a brown.
No, I don't think it is equal parts, you know.
No.
But it's like a woman explained it to me at an event once with a makeup colour wheel. So you use a certain colour of concealer to cover. So if you've got a red spot, you cover it with green because they're opposite colours, I think.
Okay.
And if you've got, then there's a purple concealer for, I don't know. I mean, I am sparkly today, but makeup.
Colour correcting stuff. Well, I've got some sort of a brown, and that's probably good enough dried, so we can go with the tree now. How are people getting along? Did you make a brown? Give us your comments. Did you pull your hair out making your brown? Did you stress about it? Let us know. Right, tree. We're going to start from the bottom of the trunk, and it gets a little bit thinner as you go towards the top. So make the bottom bit thicker. And as you glide all the way up, you want to just maybe make it a little bit thinner. So you can use any size brush, the medium or the big one. I might start with the big one, just because it'd be quicker. And you want to place it in the middle, somewhere in the middle, and just go all the way up. And then as you get all the way up, I don't have enough brown. I hate brown. I hate yellow and brown. This is like the worst painting for me.
It is a strong word, Annie. It's a very strong word. Mix some more water into it and hope for the best.
I think that's the problem. I watered it down too much and I lost my yellow. I need to put some more yellow on. It's okay, we've got an hour. It's fine.
Exactly. I kind of embrace that pale, pasty tree.
Yeah, the pasty tree.
The pasty colour. The more you can spread it thinly, the quicker it dries and the quicker we can put the bits and bobs on top.
Lovely, lovely explanation.
Are you going classic with the bits and bobs today? Have you decided? Ooh. People can mix up your bits and bobs.
What
this
do you
is
mean?
the technical term. The bits on the tree. So they're all very philosophical in the original version.
Right.
But you might decide you don't want to do the eye looking things and a bird, and you might want to cat up your tree.
I think I'll do the bird. I think all this stuff is a little bit of like nonsense, but I'll do one. So for the guys following at home.
You might just want to make it look like a Christmas tree.
That's true, yeah. Anyway.
Or make it look like a coronavirus tree with lots of wine bottles hanging off of it.
Well, wine bottles, yes, but I wouldn't associate the wine with coronavirus.
I would. I've drunk so much since this has started. I'm going to leave you to it again.
Okay, so I've obviously done the middle part of the trunk, and now I'm doing all these lovely organic looking original swirly whirlies. Oh, curly whirlies, who remember those? That's a really nice chocolate bar. So the swirls, lots of swirls. You can stick to as many as you want or as little as you want. We're actually kind of good that we're only doing this part of the painting and we only have an hour, because there's this original was actually a mural, and there are two figures on either side of the original painting. So we'd be here for hours, days, if we had to do the whole thing. So I don't think people want mine and Laura's banter for that long, let alone an hour. So I'm gonna do some of these swirls, and I'm going to probably swap between my medium brush and my small brush, just because there's different weights and thickness to these swirls. And the swirls that I'm going to do are going to look nothing like the original, so don't worry about placing all your swirls in the correct way or the correct size. This is your creation, unleash your creativity, we say. So, go at your own pace as well. If you don't like what I'm doing, you don't like my instructions, it's absolutely fine. You can just pause me, mute me even, and pause me. You have to follow or just catch up at your own time, in your own pace. As Laura said, we've only got an hour, so we're going to try and get most of this done as well as we can. That one looks a bit drunk. I think that's had too much wine, Laura. This is definitely a coronavirus tree.
I love this. I mean, I when I will be painting mine, I'm going to put wine bottles, gin bottles, I'm not just sticking to wine because that would be sad. Variety is the spice of life, after all.
Right, yes.
So do let us know if you're painting along what your tipple is this evening. I'm just
where are
like
people
that.
painting from? Are you like located in different areas? London?
I've already got to look up.
From Australia join and Sierra Leone.
I make this up every time. Santa Monica, that's not it, is it?
Santa Fe? One of the two.
Kind of,
one of the Santa places.
Some kind of Santa. Or maybe not at all. It might have been a San
Antonio, that's it.
San Antonio.
Oh, we got there.
Awful. We always do eventually.
Okay, how are my swells looking? Should I do more, Laura? They're pretty boring to do, aren't they?
I think you could add a few smaller ones. Little swells. You've got your big basis. That's the thing. You've always got to look and keep looking. You always want to take a step back as well. Stand from a distance and see what it looks like. Maybe take a picture of it.
Always looks completely different when you stand back.
Exactly. And if you take a picture of it, it looks great.
Lots of things look better from afar.
They do.
Right, so as always, you don't want to be placing lots of clumpy gloopy paint on your canvas, and at this stage it's probably best not to as well, even though we're a little way into the painting. But we have a lot of decoration to place on top of the brown and the branches, especially like a nice little bird that we want to get down. I like the symbolism of the bird in Klimt's painting, and if you stick around I might tell you later. So that's going to be really interesting.
Is this going to be another anecdote?
No, this is actually what its meaning is.
I'm intrigued.
Google anyway, so
I'm just still loving the term anecdote. That's my favourite.
Anecdote. What is an anecdote? Explain yourself, Laura.
Well, it's an anecdote, but when you say it.
I'm joking.
And that in itself could be an anecdote.
Okay, my tree kind of looks really scary and doesn't look as nicely and symbolic as Klimt's. So hopefully yours at home is looking some way nicer looking than mine. My one looks like it's been electrocuted a little bit.
Oh, that's not very nice.
Well, tell the truth, Laura, isn't it? Oh my God, I've just seen it in the filming. Oh dear, that's terrible. Never mind. It's only a painting to do in an hour. A bit of fun. No, nobody needs to.
Sorry for your tree.
Nobody needs to be the best here. It's not a competition. It's just about zoning out for an hour. Everybody could do with a bit of distraction, can't they? Even if yours is as rubbish as mine. It's great.
I'm not enjoying this negativity, Annie. I don't know what. I think you need to drink some more wine, my friend.
Well, we're going to need Ryan soon, so maybe I will. Are we having any comments, Laura? Anybody interacting on the YouTubes?
No, I think people are concentrating hard at the moment. We've got Tommy, who has given us a recommendation for someone to listen to later.
Has he?
Laura Dana.
Oh.
I didn't know who it was, so I googled it, and it turns out she's a rapper. A rapper. She's a rapper.
Oh,
I don't know. Never listened to her. Yeah, that is who he is listening to at the moment as he paints along.
Was that a suggestion because he was listening to our playlist or just?
I was just being nosy and asking what people are listening to.
Oh, okay.
Maybe she'll make it onto the playlist.
No. It's probably best if I stop with the swells. Should I do more swells?
If you want more swells, you do more swells, but I think
you have to make more brown. Don't like it.
Oh, then forget about it.
Right, I'm going to do a bit more swells. Curly whirlies, shall we call them. My brown has changed colour completely. And I've gone more to a reddy shade than a yellowy shade. But that's fine. There's no tree out there that is all one colour. Mother Nature is
no tree is all one shade.
What was that? Where am I missing some space there? Let's just add one there. Did that balance it out all? I'm trying to see the reflection, but just to get a bit of balance, but nah, not working. Oh, do you know what I noticed in this that I haven't seen before? There's like some green triangles that are upside down.
Do you know what I've just seen as well? It's not the music suggestion. Laura Dana just happened to say that she was on Tommy's iPad at the right time. But I have now Googled your name, and you are in fact a rapper from somewhere. So we're going to check her out on Spotify later. Could be my new favourite music out of a happy accident.
Oh, that's really funny. Oh, so she's painting along. That's cool.
Yes. Not the rapper though. I'm assuming you're not the rapper on Spotify, no? No. Maybe.
Probably not. Okay, I'm going to stop with that. Gonna let it dry a little bit whilst we go on to the next bit. If you have any brown left, we're going to concentrate on the bottom half of the painting, and we're going to bring in a bit of nice colour. So we've got all this little garden stuff here. These are blue little ghosts or bluebells. These are little eggs. They look like eggs, fried eggs. And behind them, there's a lot of like multiple colours, splodges, you know, reds, greens, browns, purples, pinks. These are, not really sure what they are. What could they be? Oranges? Oranges? Little orange circles. And that's a red circle. I mean, clearly they're flowers. You know, we've got to associate them in a way that we can paint them. So go ahead, do some eggs.
Never noticed that they look like fried eggs before, and now I cannot unsee it.
So how are we going to get that shape? Because obviously there's this weird little blob here as well. So there's like this little, I don't know what this, like this blob with a little bit of a circle. So I think blob is a very technical term for that. So let's begin with finding an area at the bottom on the left hand side, and we're just going to create a nice little, I don't really know what that shape is either, but maybe a straight line followed by a dropped curve at the end of the cliff. So you're walking along and then suddenly you've gone. Your paintbrush is just gliding along and then you fall. Okay, so that's kind of what we're going for that shape. And then behind it is this little weird blobby creature that probably could have saved you but couldn't be bothered. So how are we going to do that? Well, it's another little shape similar to the one that we just did. So your paintbrush is gliding along really nice and happily, but then it curves through and misses you just as you fall. So I guess it kind of tried to save you, but it didn't.
I'm feeling some kind of storybook coming on here, Annie.
And then on the top of that, we have this circle that goes in between it all. And that is somebody who was watching the whole thing and didn't intervene at all. So they're like the worst thing in this canvas. And we probably don't want to pay that too much attention. But fun fact, this creature here, when I did this painting at a corporate event, they turned this figure into the Cheshire Cat. And I thought that was really cool. So I just thought maybe.
That is so fun.
Yeah, maybe you want to, you know, go a little bit wild with your canvas, turn it into a cat. Well, anyway, at this point, we have that space made with that fun little story. And you may want to decorate it now with all of this colour. So there are little blue goats, so like bluebells, I suppose. You can stick with the small brush to do this. And you know that ghost emoji really is kind of that shape. So you want to do a little upside down horseshoe. I suppose it's upside down, yeah. And then followed by these little frilly bits. Can we see that? Can we kind of see that anyway? I'll just hold that there. See? You see the ghost emoji? So that's the shape. There's probably about 4, but feel free to do more if you want, or less, or even change the color. So you can do that, fill that in as we go along. And you want to pick up some of your red and mix that with the white. That's going to make a nice pink, because there's some blobs there as well that we can do. I think it's similar shape. So you could need to really just fill this area up with a lot of circles. I mean, this is very a typical painting of Art Nouveau, just a lot of organic shapes and weird swirls and, you know, like all this stuff, all that, you know, they're not any shapes with names. So, I mean, we could say a square and a circle, but they're not really a square and a circle. So this is the theme that we're doing, it's Art Nouveau, in case you were wondering. Klimt was one of the pioneers in the genre. This painting, the Tree of Life, if I can remember correctly, was the only landscape painting that he did in his golden age period. So his golden age period would be when he used gold in his paintings, and these other paintings would be the Kiss, the portrait of, what's her face, Bolbach, what's her name? Something, Google it, you'll find it. Love Laura's face at that, thanks for the help. Yeah, so, you know, Tree of Life, it's actually a mural, it's not even a painting on a canvas. And as I say, there was 2 ladies on either side of this tree. There are other prints made of this. I think there's like 3 different versions. So there's like this version, there's another version that has a dark background and looks very sort of gothic. I mean, if you think my tree's bad, you know, you should see that one. But, well, the tree's the same, it's just different background. But yeah, fun little facts that are probably not even fun, but beats me chatting about other crap like stories and hills and people falling off cliffs and dying.
I was really enjoying that story time, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, well, maybe we'll bring it back next time. When are we doing the next one?
That is a very good question. I will find
out. Is it me and you again, Laura? I think it might be.
It's a mystery to me. I'll let you know in a moment.
Okay. So I'm just filling in my background with nice little strokey lines. And this weird shape where, you know, we've got the figure that tried to help and did nothing, or the figure that was having a little journey with you and then actually couldn't save you, with some white paint. And if it picks up some of that brown, because the brown isn't dried yet, that's absolutely fine, just go with it. It's not a mistake, just bring in some more white paint and lighting it up, because my brown's quite light, you might have a darker brown, so don't panic if it's picking up the brown, it's fine. And then there's some little blue splodges inside as well, and you might want to pick up the white paint if you've gone a little bit too more blue, just to like dilute it a little bit more. I'm going to try and fill in this a little bit more. There's some blue bits here, so all I'm doing is, I'll just hold up a little bit more. I'm going to draw on this, so I'm just doing things like this, just so that area can be filled in a little bit more quicker. And then all this shape and stuff, you might want to give your painting a little drying time, so you can apply all that nice little colour and all those decorations on top of all of this colour and this garden area that we're doing, because they will fit better when the underline of the paint is dried. So how is that looking, Laura?
It's all good. Oh, I couldn't find the unmute button. That is looking absolutely fabulous, Annie. And I have just discovered, yes, the next one is indeed us next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. Oh God. Okay. But what am I doing?
You will be sat where I am. Well, not literally, because that would be weird. You'll be hosting, I think.
Lovely, lovely.
And I think we're going to be bringing our friend Elephant along.
Oh, the lovely street art elephant.
Oh, the lovely street art elephant. That'll be good fun.
Nellie's getting her legs stretched out during this coronavirus.
Oh, she is. She loves it.
She was a hit on our online party.
She was. So now we're bringing her live to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I need to leave some of this to dry because I'm just taking, it doesn't look filled at all, but the paint's just coming off as I'm applying stuff on and doesn't look very good. So, a little chit-chatting time and a drink.
That's always a good time to have a drink.
Yeah.
Drink and dry time.
How is everybody doing? Let us know.
Everyone is very quiet, so I'm going to assume they're all okay and also concentrating hard. But remember, you can always pause us if you do want to ask a question or anything like that, or if you want to let us know what you're painting with, if you've gone off-piste, what you're drinking. Talk to us. We're so lonely. We've only got each other, and look what's happening.
There's only me and Laura online. There's only so much we can talk about.
Exactly. It's still strange doing these kinds of events compared to the real world ones.
Yeah.
But we do have our online parties. Annie, you mentioned that a little bit earlier as well. So this is like a little taster. If you are enjoying this, but you want to get the whole interactive experience, we do online parties where we are all on one big Zoom call. And it's as close as we can get to being in the real room. We can all talk to each other and have a good laugh. We have lots of terrible jokes and quizzes and drinks together. And it is the length of a normal event. It's 2 hours long. So you do get your drink and dry time as well. So you can really take your time.
Yeah, and we've been getting some regulars joining us as well, which is really lovely.
Absolutely. We're making friends.
Shout out to Sandra.
Oh, Sandra. All right, Annie, this is probably a good time just to recap from the very beginning. Give us the rundown, and I would like you to please include the story.
Let's see if I remember it right. So first thing we did was the yellow, sploshed all of that onto the background. Second thing we did was to get all of this lovely decorated tree down, all these swirls, all this these branches coming off our nice little trunk. And then the next step that we did was mark out our nice little line. You know, our paintbrush went for a really lovely walk, and then all of a sudden it just fell right off the canvas. It was very sad, but oh well. The next shape that we did was the shape here, this little outline of the shape that, you know, was probably looking at everything going along, tried to save it but couldn't because you all fell anyway. And then we had this little circle here that just looked at the whole thing and did nothing. So, you know, what can you say? You ended up with a bit of a garden that's going to look really nice and pretty at the end of the day because we shaped out all of it beforehand. And luckily, no paintbrushes were harmed during the process. So nobody panic or sending any warnings.
I was very worried about that. So thank goodness you let us know.
So yeah, that's where we're up to. And now we're just waiting for that to, well, I can't apply any more on there, but I'm just going to hold that up a little bit longer so you can see all the decoration, the details. I can't apply any more of that on my canvas because the paint is still a little bit wet. And if yours is the same, then I would advise that you just let it dry. Allow it to have a little bit of a drying time. You can pause this video and join again when you're ready, or, you know, alternatively, my favorite technique is to use a hairdryer, you know, just to speed up the process of the drying, and then you can continue to apply some more layers. But for time's sake that we have here tonight, I'm going to go into the next step, and we're just all going to pretend that my death scene here was complete. Okay. Right, I'm glad you agree.
I've just seen in the comments on YouTube as well, Laura Dana's daughter is joining along with us as well. That's lovely.
Oh.
That's a whole family affair.
Yes, definitely nobody was harmed in the making of my canvas tonight. That's so good. Okay, welcome mother and daughter. Now we're going to do a very nice exciting bit, and I'm just going to hold that a little bit more closer so that you can see the details. Hopefully you've got a printout at home so that you've got something to refer to. If you haven't, the image will be on our website, popuppainting.com. You can go /live and you can get the image there. Alternatively, you can just Google Klimt's Tree of Life, and then you've got a reference there for you to follow along. There's a lot of different shapes. As I say, they're different sizes, they're different colors as well, various little colors. Yellow, there's a lot of yellow, probably some more browns, bit of green, it's very muted, very muddy, and your water will get really, really dirty during this process. So if you're determined to have something bright and crisp and clear, just like some of these shapes here, I would advise you to probably go and change your water now and continue, or continue with the dirty water. I mean, it's quite muddy looking anyway, so go for the realistic look of the Klimt painting rather than realism, shall we say. That's it. So I'm gonna pick up some yellow, and I'm gonna pray that this can be seen as I apply it over to my tree. But if it doesn't work, then I will just speak through the steps. So I'm just going to start with the bigger ones here, and again, apply as much or as little as you like, and you don't really have to stick to these colors at all. You can create your own tree of life. So we've got a nice little random square there, a few little circles as well. How are we doing for time, Laura? Just so that
we have got, doing the maths in my head, 25 minutes.
25 minutes, okay.
Yes.
Maybe that's okay.
That took me way too long.
So as we're doing the trunk as well, some of this colour is in the branches. So for instance, I'll hold that a little bit closer. We've got some dots all the way along the branches. So if you have that colour on your brush already, you may as well do those parts as well. So at the moment, we're decorating the entire tree rather than just the trunk. So there's a lot of dots, there's a lot of squares, there's a lot of circles, there's a lot of shapes and lines that you can apply in various different colours. So if you want to do any other colours, just let us know if you don't have to mix something up. But blue and red will make purple. If you add some white, you get a lighter purple. Red and yellow will make it orange, obviously, because we know that when we made our brown. If you add a white to that, you can get a lighter shade. Alternatively, if you add a little bit of black to it, don't go overboard with it, you can get a darker shade of brown. What other colours am I missing? Oh, yellow and blue make green, so you can add all of that. I'm very aware that how this looks, by the way, so I promise I can draw and paint. I am a real artist.
Yeah, she's an imposter, really.
Oh God, right. Okay, yeah, so have a little bit of fun, and this is, I've probably slated it a little bit, but it is a really nice fun painting where you can just sit back and enjoy and do. And of course, as Laura has stated, and myself a few times, and on various of the other lives, if you're not able to follow along with my steps, we do only have an hour with these, because we think anything longer is probably, people are just going to switch off, aren't they? So feel free to pause, come back when you're ready, and continue. There's no saying that you have to stay with it while we're live, or complete it while we're live. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about any of it. Just enjoy the process. Most people's lives are full of stress, aren't they? So just relax. This is fun. This is supposed to be fun. That didn't mean to.
It is fun. We're all having fun.
Yeah,
I'm certainly having fun. I could watch you for longer than an hour, Annie. So don't.
I'm going off piece a little bit just to make it a little bit more exciting, but also I don't think that it's visible. So I'm just going to have fun. I'm just going to go flow with it. I've put some red little lines on, and I'm going to go with some more. I mean, this is a tree out of like a Tim Burton nightmare, isn't it? My one, but I like Tim Burton, so. I'm not bothered, so go with it. Go with the flow.
Such a blasé Annie today. I love this.
Yeah.
It's been locked down too long, everybody.
Yeah, everybody's just giving up at this point, aren't we? We're so fed up. I'm just so bored of everything. But anyway.
But at least we've got painting and we've got each other.
Aww. Yeah, this is like our nights out, Laura, isn't it? Girl chat with Laura and Annie with some wine and painting.
I'm kind of enjoying the fact that I don't actually have to get out of my pajama bonds.
No, yeah. Everybody just dresses from the waist up nowadays, don't they? It's great.
Absolutely. What is the point in putting on trousers?
Trousers.
Also, the fact that I can't actually fit in any of my trousers
What are
anymore.
trousers, Laura?
I don't know. Things I could fit into before lockdown and cannot anymore. I don't.
Are you being serious, or you just?
Yeah, a
have
little
you
bit.
tried your trousers on?
I do have. Well, I have shorts on. It was a warm day.
Shorts are good. Shorts are good.
Pajama shorts. Continue.
Well, I kind of like my weird gothic-looking tree. I'm just applying a load more sort of lines and decorations to it. I'll just hold up the original just in case anybody is following along, and then we'll dive into all the other glorious looking Klimt inspired pieces. Oh yes, there's triangles as well. So yes, they are in little green little triangles. So I'm going to make it green and try and put some of those on. Although my palette is looking very shocking at the moment, and it has picked up some of the old brown that I made. So there you go. Right, small brush, and there seems to be like a line here that I've missed, but I'm just going to put some triangles there anyway. They're upside down triangles. So place some of those on a few of your branches. Let's have a look. There's some here, there's some here, there's some here. They're in various places. So you can do little tiny triangles on top of some of your branches. They're upside down. Yeah, or alternatively, this is, as we've said, this is a very symbolic painting that Klimt did. So why don't you just put whatever is meaningful to you? So stick a cat. You don't need to put a bird on there. Stick a cat if you've got a cat or a dog or anything that's symbolic in your life. Make it a little personal diary painting, or if that's a little bit too weird and exposing, fair enough, don't do it. Yeah. Think about what you might do here.
No one else is going to see it.
No, yeah.
Share it with us, of course, on social media.
Yeah. Well, you can take photos of it and like send it as Christmas cards or birthday cards to people, as I like to say. That looks quite good. I quite like that.
There we go. I don't know what you're on about with the Gothic Tim Burton thing. I think it looks lovely.
Oh, too kind, too kind. Right.
Or too much wine,
the important thing, well, there's a few of these little things. I'll do some of these first. So initially, with this stuff, we want a white square. So make sure you've got a nice clean brush. Wash it up thoroughly. Use a napkin to damp the dirty water off and grab some of that white. There are about 6, 7, 8 little white squares of these things. So if you want to apply that much, do all the white in one go. Just pick the areas where you want it and place your white squares all in one go while you have the paint on your brush. Makes a lot more sense to do that than to do all of this decorated stuff one by one. Doesn't make sense. So where am I going to put mine? Gosh. Right, I'm going to do one here. I'm going to do a white square. And I'm going to do one there, which absolutely does not follow this, but inspiration. It's my inspiration garden. We're just going for it.
I need to start writing these down, mate.
Oh dear.
All of these anecdotes.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's enough. Even Steven. That's good. We don't want no odd numbers in the house, considering what happened there. We don't want no more bad luck, because obviously even numbers are lucky.
Is that how it works?
In my world. Right.
3 is my lucky number, and that's definitely not
Isn't it? 3?
Yeah.
Joking. That's not an even number. How can it be a lucky number?
Also the number 8. So maybe that's a better number.
No way. That's my one.
We're still connected.
My number 8 follows me around.
Okay, that's creepy. This is something we need to talk about over a drink sometime.
I'm being serious.
Annie is stalked by the number 8, everybody. You heard it here first.
One of the times when I told somebody this, I was picking a raffle ticket and I'm handing the bag, blah, 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 picked a number out, and it was an 8. Like that. Okay, means nothing.
Did you win though?
Oh no, obviously not. I never win at stuff, but
oh, so it follows you around, but it's not very lucky.
But I consider it like if I never mind. Let's change the subject. Let's go back to painting.
It's a very interesting conversation. This is something new.
Okay, right. We have two little hills with two dots in the middle of them. Can we see that? Did it focus well? Lovely. Right. Two little hills inside the white areas that we did. So we want to place those on, stick with the blue in one go, do them all in exactly the same way, all in one go. Then you're not faffing around, washing your brush out, putting a new colour on. You can get it all done. And if the colour is the blue isn't going over the white well enough, don't worry. As always, let your paint dry, give it a little drying time, and then apply the blue over on the top. And now we need to outline them with a lovely brown that we made earlier, because it has a little hat. So this little square with the blues in has a nice little curvature hat that we're going to apply over all of them. So we're going to I'll just hold that blue one. We're going to outline it and then add a hat. So if it's raining, you know, if it's chilly and it's cold, all your symbolic things, especially these things, they're going to be nice and safe and warm, because there's nothing worse than being cold and blown about in the wind. I should know.
What's happening? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?
God. Well,
I bet you've never heard that one before.
Bum.
You're lucky I didn't sing it.
Oh God. Yeah, so that's good. So our little funny white squares have got hats. And how's it looking? How are yours looking at home? What are we all doing? Are we all doing the tree? Have we gone different colours? Let us know.
I know, I'm really intrigued to know. Everyone's being very quiet on us today. Except for Loredana.
Yeah,
and daughter. Thank you.
Okay, so what's the last sort of important thing? Well, there's lots of, how are we doing for time? Oh yeah, nearly there.
We've got about 10 minutes left, and if you could fit any more stories into it, that would be great.
Well, I have the bird to place on, and well, I mean, if you've got a nice little branch for it to sit on, like in the original, if you followed the original, then you will have a nice little branch for it to sit on. Then go for it, stick it there, or stick it wherever you've got a nice place for it to sit. And the first colour that we're going to need to place down or to outline it with is white. If I just hold that close, I'll just try to describe the shape that we're doing. It's we don't need to worry about the details, just kind of look at its background for now. It's like an elongated rectangle, very long rectangle, with a bit of a curve at the top. Okay, and any of these details, these little lines, will just apply over the top in black. So this is supposed to be a blackbird, and if I've got it right, the blackbird is a symbol of death.
As long as you say it with confidence, I'll believe anything you tell me.
So I think Klimt wanted us to, as a little reminder, as with everything else with the tree of life. So the tree is supposed to represent earth, the roots of the tree is supposed to represent the underworld, and the rising of all the branches is supposed to represent heaven. So and the women at the side, his thoughts were that women, or in general, sort of like Mother Nature, like everything has a cycle and it all comes down to like women. Kind of have the power there. So the bird is another symbolism, a representation to remind ourselves that everything has a beginning and an end, much like this slide feed. It will end soon, don't worry.
This is all very beautiful, deep and emotional.
Yeah. Oh no,
I've also taken from this that we need to add Beyonce's Who Run the World Girls to our Klimt playlist, and we should get on that right away.
Okay.
Or I'll just listen to it in my own time.
Well, yeah, why not? Why not? Or sing it to us, Laura, but make sure you're muted. Right, I'm going to do my elongated rectangle. I'm just going to stick him there. Right, let's put him there. You won't be able to see this, but I'm going to place it on in the way that I described it to you. And I'll just hold it up so that you can just have another little look at what it looks like. Okay. And we're nearly there. We're nearly Klimt for this evening. Congratulations. He was Austrian. I don't know what congratulation is in Austrian. So we'll just pretend that I said it. Why not? Right, that is a good enough rectangle for me. And now we need the black. So you can use the black if you want over this. I have to do it because I'm here live explaining it to you, but that obviously is not going to be dried. So what you will have to do probably is let that dry, then give it another layer of white so that you can see the white a little bit more over all of that colour that we've placed down, and then layer on the black paint. So I will just hold that up again and explain the technique of that. And so if you're at home and you can pause me while you do it, you know, it's fine. So obviously it's got an outline, so we want to outline the entire rectangle. And then we've got a few little decorated feather details. So they're kind of like small little dots, and there's some lines in between. So you've got to outline the rectangle with an oval at the top, all the way down. There's like two lines in the middle section of it, so you get 3 different sections. The bottom seems to be quite strokey, and the 2 middle ones are very dotty. So dotty 2 top ones and a strokey line bottom. And the head, it's very tiny, but you want to sort of outline the top. Like, don't get so hung up on the beak and the eyes. You know, we're not here to be professionals. You know, we're just having fun with it. So if you want to just, yeah, it's focused. That's good. So just, you know, have a little play. If you can't get the head right, don't worry about it. But essentially, start with the triangle so that at least you get the beak. And then you can just do a dot for the eye. That's all you really need to do. You don't need to have a solid looking head for your bird, because that's not a realistic looking blackbird, is it, either? None of this is realistic, so we don't need to be worried about how it actually looks. So I've outlined my rectangle. I'm going to section off the middle with 2 little lines, and I'm going to stroke down the bottom one with a few little flicks. I might go a little bit further down with my black, just so that it, you know, extends and looks a little bit bird-like with those flicks. The 2 top ones are various little dots in the middle. And as I say, for the head, you want a little triangle for the beak, as best as you can, and then finish it off with a dot for the eye and a little swoop for the head. I mean, I quite like my bird. It's probably like the best thing on this painting.
Just goes to show you really don't need to take all the time in the world with something for it to look really good. Look at that.
Something that gives a little bit of an impression is amazing. Like, you don't need to do something very realistic to impress anybody with painting. You know, whatever you do is fabulous.
Simple but effective.
What am I missing? Am I missing anything? I think I've got it all down. I'll just explain the bird, right rectangle, and then outline it with the black. Section it off 3 sections. The bottom section is strokey and the 2 top ones are quite dotty. And then you want to just sort of do a little triangle for the beak, a dot for the eye, and then swoop over for the head. The decoration on the tree is, you know, your own enjoyment, really. To have a little bit of fun, have a little play with shapes, have a little fun with mixing some colours up. You might discover you've got a new favourite colour and mixing all of these things. You've got these weird house things. I don't know what they are. Do you know what they are?
I always thought they kind of represented like a symbolism of an eye. Oh, that's what I see when I look at it anyway, like the all-seeing eye.
Yes.
Although I could be making that up entirely, but that's what I saw when I looked at them. That or a birdhouse. I'm not not entirely sure.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's probably, yeah, okay. Good explanation. So they're seeing eyes. Let's go with it. And then all this garden lovely detail colours, go wild with the colours. I mean, it's very, this nice blue, this nice little orange, this red, all very complementary. So just have some nice fun little play with those. Sit back and relax and just splosh a lot of colour on. You'll be fine. Then that's kind of really it, really. That is the tree of life in a bit of its detail. As I said, there's a lot more to it, but we'd be here forever if we had to do the whole thing. So good job or not.
Exactly. I think that is a really good place to finish, although you might just want to add one last little detail.
Signature?
The signature, there we go.
Oh, I don't really feel like I need to sign this.
Oh, you do. It's a work of art. Someone might plagiarize it. Oh, that is a beautiful signature. You can do one like that. You can make up one that's slightly more artistic, a thumbprint, the date, whatever you want. Create your own artistic pseudonym.
Yeah.
What I'm looking for. Yes, big word. Didn't know what was coming out my mouth then. These things happen.
Alternative art name be?
Oh,
It's kind of like trying to pick a superpower name or a superpower, isn't it?
I've always just called myself El Mac. Yes, it's basically just my name abbreviated a little bit.
That's very good. Yeah.
Very exciting. Got my own little signature as well with the L. And anyway, that brings us about to the end of this live session. Before we
we want to see. We want to see. Somebody said we want to see. Yeah.
Oh yes, we want to see what? Oh yes, we do. So we absolutely want to see your finished products. So please share them with us on social media. You can put them on Facebook. We are at Pop-Up Painting and Events. You will find us on there. But Instagram is obviously the best one for pictures. So if you tag us at Pop-Up Painting, if you share it to your stories or to your feed, tag us at Pop-Up Painting and we will share them. We will like them. We will love them. We love to love. We really do. And yeah, we would love to see you again. If you have enjoyed today, you've enjoyed your little taster. Do remember we do our... Oh, pardon.
So they're saying how? Oh no, it must, okay, there's a delay. They've got it.
No. There is indeed a delay. It's very confusing when I'm going between two screens and your voice is doing one thing and you're not there yet. Sorry. Very odd. Technology, isn't it fun? And can we just have a round of applause for the fact the internet held out for the entire time? Yay! That was always a worry.
Yeah.
Life is so stressful. It's not. The internet never plays along. But we made it. We are at the end. So we hope you've enjoyed painting along with us. Remember, you can keep pausing us if you are catching up. Feel free to carry on with your paintings now. Some people spend about 4 hours on them after the event has finished. But do share them with us because we absolutely love it. And we'd love to see you at one of our online parties at some point. Check them out on our website, popuppainting.com live online, or just go to popuppainting.com and you'll find it. We're on there. Yeah, anything you'd like to finish off with, Annie?
Oh no, just get showing us your creations. I mean, no doubt it's going to be better than that thing. So
she's so detrimental.
I'm looking forward to it.
So self-deprecating.
But next week is an interesting painting, and that's going to be a lot more fun.
I can't wait for the next one. The elephant is amazing. So we will see you again next Tuesday for the live. Very exciting. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you again soon.
Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye.